How is it going, everybody? Welcome back to Prehistoric Kingdom. Update 17 is officially out, and so we have some really cool things to take a look at. I'm sorry I'm kind of late to this video. It was an extremely busy day, but we are finally here, and we have some amazing animals and some amazing mechanics to take a look at. So first of all, the Allosauruses in the room. I'm sure you already saw. I'm placing down some Allosauruses. 4 species of Allosaurus have officially been added to the game, and they all look beautiful. I've been singing their praises for weeks now by this point, and let's just check them out. First, we have Allosaurus jemedzini. Already off to a fantastic start. Look at those colors. Look at those gorgeous colors right there. I just love the greens and the black stripes. It's just especially a nice contrast to the orange and red that you can see in the crest up here, and the way that that kind of links up with this little nasal ridge. It looks amazing. And you do have some sexual dimorphism here with some slightly different coloration between the male and the female Allosaurus. Like this is the female right here, and this right here is the male. It looks amazing. They look so good. Again, that is just already a fantastic start. After that, we have Allosaurus fragilis. I mean, by this point, it's not a surprise to see that the developers of Prehistoric Kingdom did a phenomenal job. Look at these gorgeous creatures, especially the nice details as like the faded patterns that you have right here. These colors in particular are really cool. I think that the counter shading looks really nice, especially with these stripes on the tail. And the skin texturing is also really good. We do have some Allosaurus skin impressions, and what they show us are like tiny scales that would look very smooth from a distance. And that's exactly what you have right here. So spot on with that. Again, the coloration in the crest is a huge standout to me. I love crests that have like different colors from the rest of the animal's body. It's just something that makes sense in my mind. Next up, we have Allosaurus europaeus, which, yes, might be synonymous with Allosaurus fragilis. But, you know, I think the jury is still out on that. Currently, it stands as probably one of my favorite models in the game. Like, look how beautiful that looks right there. Those colors are truly stunning. On this male model in particular, just the bright purples and, what is that, like turquoise coloration that you have up here? It's truly inspired. And the fact that that continues down to the body with these really nice spots. And you look at the top of the animal, and it's like some bluish stripes going down the back. It looks so good, and the female looks fantastic as well. Like, you basically have some of the same coloration, but they're a little bit more muted. I always like seeing some sexual dimorphism in the game because it does feel pretty realistic, especially for dinosaurs, as modern-day dinosaurs, those being the birds, are typically incredibly sexually dimorphic. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Allosaurus anax, the largest species of Allosaurus that we know of. Technically, formerly known as Saurophaganax. Saurophaganax was a type of large allosaurid that lived in the Morrison Formation of North America during the late Jurassic period. There's always been a lot of troubles with its classification. Last year, I believe, there was a paper published that examined the available fossil material that we had associated with Saurophaganax, and it was found that most of the fossils we had belonged to sauropods, a newly identified sauropod. So once that sauropod is finished with its description, it will then get the name Saurophaganax. There were also some allosaurid fossils that were found with the sauropod fossils, and those were examined, and it was determined that they were simply just another species of Allosaurus, one that has been named Allosaurus anax, and it's shown right here. Now, its design looks really cool. Obviously, they kind of went with more of the awesome bro style for this one, but it wasn't, like, it's not too extreme, if that makes sense. Like, they could have these huge spikes just going all the way down, but it's kind of toned back a little bit. Obviously, it's incredibly speculative. Like, what we see here are likely either osteoderms or just feature scales. Osteoderms are bones that grow in the skin, and feature scales are just like large scales that are pebbled throughout the body. We don't have evidence for either of those for Allosaurus. As I mentioned earlier, it seems like they mostly had smooth skin. So that's, again, completely speculative and just, you know, a design choice. But again, it's kind of toned back in a way that doesn't make it feel like they're doing too much. Like, it looks cool, it looks kind of gnarly, but it still feels a little bit more grounded. I don't know how else to explain it. That's just the impression I get from this model. Very nice, and I like how bulky it is compared to the rest of the species. And of course, it's just huge. Like I said earlier, Allosaurus anax is the largest Allosaurus species that we know of, and it's likely the largest theropod that lived in the Morrison Formation. So it's great to see it here, and they look beautiful. I love them, and I also like how jagged their crest is. That is an interesting design choice, and I've never really, as far as my memory goes, I've never really seen that interpretation applied to something like Allosaurus. But yeah, very cool. We'll go ahead and press play and let them kind of walk around a little bit. Some of them might go immediately into fighting one another. It's a little bit laggy, probably because I placed down that many creatures at once. All right, we're all caught up. Oh no, Jametsunai, no, group protection. Oh my gosh, predation. Allosaurus anax is trying to hunt. Oh! That was horrifying. I thought you were hunting. Oh, poor guy. Look at him. Or her. That's actually the female. Group protection. So I believe Jametsunai is like interpreted as a group species, like living in groups in this game. They did a really good job at like differentiating the different species of Allosaurus. Like not just in appearance, but apparently by behaviors, which I think is really cool. Like Anax, for example, is portrayed as more solitary, while Jametsunai, I believe, is portrayed as a group animal, you know, living in groups, which is cool. The male just took off. You know, your mate's dead. She died protecting you. You just left her to do that. Dang. Okay, well, Allosaurus is not the only creature that has officially been added. Stegosaurus has as well. We've already talked about Stegosaurus as they were added to the public test branch a while ago. And so I've already given my thoughts about them. Basically, the summarized version of my thoughts is that I love them. They look amazing. They did a really good job at portraying these animals, and they also did a good job at differentiating these two species of Stegosaurus. And so they're officially in the game. And again, they're quite stunning. You can put together a pretty impressive Morrison formation now. But another creature that has officially been added to the game is old Pachycephalosaurus. Two species to be exact. There's Pachycephalosaurus wyomingensis and Pachycephalosaurus spinifer, which is, you know, it's certainly an interesting take. We'll place down wyomingensis first. As you can see, there's some sexual dimorphism going on here, with the female possessing a smaller dome than the male, which is it's pretty cool. I like it. We also get a more greenish coloration, which looks pretty nice, but though I do have to say that I think this coloration right here is my favorite. I like the dark coloration more, especially on the male. I think it looks really good right there. And obviously, ontogenetic growth is in the game. You decrease it, and you get an animal that looks like this, which many of you probably recognize as Dracorex. There is a there are some experts who believe that Dracorex is simply just a growth stage of Pachycephalosaurus, and that's the interpretation that the developers went with. However, if you are a fan of Dracorex and it's like, you know, a dinosaur you would like to see as its own creature, all you have to do is just, you know, make sure the animal doesn't reach its maximum size. You know, like right now I have it set to 35% on the Neoteny tab, which means that it won't grow more than 35%. So technically I could have this guy as like, I could just have this and say, hey, this is Dracorex, you know, if I was somebody who thought that Dracorex was its own dinosaur. We'll go ahead and place that guy in there. Now the second species also has Dracorex. We'll include that. But the second species is called Spinifer. Now, that's based off of Stygimoloch spinifer. Stygimoloch is another dinosaur like Dracorex that might have some classification issues. There's a few options for Stygimoloch. Either Stygimoloch was its own creature, completely separate from Pachycephalosaurus, known as Stygimoloch spinifer, or Stygimoloch was a growth stage of Pachycephalosaurus, being kind of like a subadult or something like that. Or maybe Stygimoloch represents sexual dimorphism, or Stygimoloch is another species of Pachycephalosaurus, known as Pachycephalosaurus spinifer. And the developers went with that last one, because as you can see right here, we have Pachycephalosaurus spinifer. So yeah, and if you're a fan of Stygimoloch, you could probably just call this Stygimoloch in your head. You can often tell when it's Stygimoloch because of these really sharp spikes back here. Something that seemed to be pretty developed in Stygimoloch. So let's create that one. And again, the female has a smaller bump. Now let's release these animals. Let's get them going. So first of all, we have the Pachycephalosaurus spinifer. There's the female and there's the male, and we have the little juvenile, which again you can call Dracorex if you so choose. Another potential Dracorex, and a Pachycephalosaurus wyomingensis. That's the female, and this one is the male. And it looks like oh right, yeah, different colors. I forgot. Oh my gosh, look how cool they look. These are very nice models, and I like the inclusion of the feature scales. The reason why I like that inclusion is because, did you know that Pachycephalosaurus is, like, or Pachycephalosaurids in general, are, like, extremely closely related to ceratopsian dinosaurs. And ceratopsian dinosaurs, at the very least Triceratops here, also had feature scales. As you can see right here with this Triceratops model. Like I mentioned with the Allosaurus anax, feature scales are basically these large bumps. They're large scales that are pebbled randomly throughout the body. We know that Triceratops had that. Other ceratopsians probably had that too. And I like the inclusion of it on Pachycephalosaurus because who knows, maybe they had it as well. Maybe the last common ancestor of ceratopsians and Pachycephalosaurids had feature scales. That would, that'd be really interesting. We don't really know for sure, but it's an interesting thought. And again, I like the fact that they included it on this model. And looks like all of them have that. Even the Pachycephalosaurus spinifer. So yeah, again, that's a cool detail. I quite like that. Man, but these guys are so cool. This one's my favorite by far. That dark coloration on the body, the brightly colored dome, this counter shading. That skin. This counter shading here looks really good. The tiny hands, everything looks amazing. Let's get them going. And they're bipedal, just like every bird, So yeah, those are all of the new creatures. Now that these guys have officially been released, obviously there's some other things to take a look at. Those being some of the animations. Like it looks like these guys are already this one was charging this one, but then this one like yelled at this one and it ran away. That's so fun. Group protection, Allosaurus anax. Oh, it's protecting its group. Oh my gosh, look at that defensive stance. The way that it like defense against predators. Okay, Triceratops versus Allosaurus anax. This was definitely not on my bingo card. Oh. Yeah, you gotta run. You gotta get out of here. Yeah, that's what I would do too. Yeah. There's no shame in that. No shame in running. See, now you can also get a pretty substantial, like there's two main ecosystems that you can create. Two main formations. One of them is the Morrison Formation. The Morrison Formation includes dinosaurs like Allosaurus anax, Allosaurus fragilis, Allosaurus jumetsoni, Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus, Camarasaurus, Dryosaurus, Stegosaurus, and Torvosaurus tanneri. See, now look at that. That is a good chunk of the Morrison Formation, and that definitely shows just how many theropods and sauropods existed in the Morrison. I mean, just look at that. All of these theropods, that's not even all of the theropods that lived in the Morrison Formation. All of these sauropods, that's also not even all the sauropods that lived in this formation. The Morrison Formation was a packed formation, and again, we have a pretty good number of animals in the game. Same goes for the Hell Creek Formation. These are the Hell Creek dinosaurs that you can place. You got Triceratops, Pachycephalosaurus, Edmontosaurus, Ankylosaurus, T-Rex, and Nanotyrannus. Obviously, Nanotyrannus, you just have to like lock the T-Rex growth at like its adolescent growth stage, because the adolescent growth stage of the T-Rex is based off of Jane, who is a Nanotyrannus specimen. So yes, Nanotyrannus is technically in the game. Unfortunately, if you're trying to simulate an environment and you put Nanotyrannus in there, I don't think it'll be able to breed. So you just better hope that your whole population doesn't get wiped out, because, then Nanotyrannus will be extinct. But those are two solid formations you could create a whole ecosystem around. And keep an eye out for future videos, because I will be making videos where we do that very thing, where we try to simulate the Morrison Formation and we try to simulate the Hell Creek Formation. All you really got to do is, I mean, for one, we'll probably like change the environment a bit to try to make it look like those formations. And you'll also have to make sure that there's like water, make sure that and you have to make sure that there's nests all over the place, like all 3 nests, small, medium, and large. If there's nests around, the animals will have a reason to, start breeding, which will then continue the population, while a lot of them get snacked on, because of course there will be predators in the environment. Oh my gosh. It's chaos off the bat. Going after the Ankylosaurus, really. Oh my gosh, it's chaos. It is chaos. Ooh. This is like that one documentary. What was it called? The Last Day of the Dinosaurs or something? When there was like a T-Rex, Triceratops, and Ankylosaurus all going up against each other. The T-Rex killed the Ankylosaurus and then tripped over its tail club and landed on the Triceratops horn. And so it ended up like killing itself. I think that's... Like the Triceratops was... Oh, did you see that tail? That tail just... Oh my gosh, I kind of missed it. Oh no. Do it again. This Allosaurus is going after... It's for protection, too. Group protection. Defense against predators. This Brontosaurus is definitely holding its own. Move, T-Rex. Your fight with the Triceratops is not as important. Oh! Oh! Oh, it's dead. It's dead. No, it didn't make it. Poor Allosaurus fragilis. And look at all these dinosaurs run. They saw the chaos that was sparked. Oh, geez, what happened here? Anax, also dead from the Apatosaurus, I assume? The Camarasaurus. Oh, shoot, man, these sauropods, much like real life, are no joke. Yeah, this is so crazy to see. I mean, we've been testing it for a bit, so it's not like, you know, like a huge surprise. Oh, a huge surprise or anything. But it's still wild to see the creatures in this game actually target one another, combat one another, and eat one another. Oh no. What happened to you? Died of combat with the Triceratops. Yeah, that'll do it. Where is the Triceratops? Did you fight it, run away, and then die from your wounds? That would make sense. Oh, Nanotyrannus is going after the Pachycephalosaurus. Heck yeah. It's going after something that's, you know, like within its size range. That's what you like to see. Oh, jeez. Are you running? Come on, you got it, Nano. Let's go, Nanotyrannus. Oh? Performing a mating display. It's mating season for these Allosaurs. You got it, dude. Look at that. Like, showing off his colors. Is Emily impressed? Did it work? Did it work? Searching for nest! Yes! We're gonna get little baby Allosauruses, even though we could just spawn them in. Speaking of which, we actually haven't looked at the baby Allosaurus yet. We should probably do that. Oh, there's a young one. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's so cute. Baby Allosaurus Anax, ladies and gentlemen. Little feathers. That is so cute. Those are cool colors, too. Oh, and there's Europaeus. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. That is just flat out adorable. Animals are pregnant. Animal is pregnant out there. Allosaurus fragilis and Allosaurus jumetsoni. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Oh man, they're so cute. Have I looked? Oh, I have looked at it. I don't think I looked at it when it was this small, so. Oh, the male is guarding the nest. It looks like the male helps out. Where is the nest? Where'd you guys put the nest? There it is. Well, I mean, rather, where did I put the nest? Like, where did you claim it? This looks really cool, though. Of course, animals are currently dying, because... Oh, no! Oh, the T-Rex is hungry. It's going after Triceratops. The iconic clash that is canon. Okay. Looks like it yeah, it's not worth it. I like that they do leave at some point. Like, I mean, it's not always a fight to the death. Like, I think that's preferable. Uh-oh. What are you doing, T-Rex? What are you doing, T-Rex? I don't know if this is the play, T-Rex. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. You gotta run. Just ran straight into more danger. The Torvosaurus is like, I don't want any. Okay. That's all we'll look at with that. Just, like I said earlier, keep your eyes peeled for a Hell Creek video and a Morrison Formation video. I have no doubt that other people are going to make videos about that, but I just want to try it out for myself, you know? It's something I've been very excited to do for the longest time, and I already tested it out a little bit with the public test branch, and that already worked out quite well. So we'll do that very same thing. Ooh. We'll do that very same thing in an official sort of way. Like, we'll try to make the environment look like those ecosystems. We'll try to, we'll place nests everywhere. We'll make sure there's food for everybody. Like, you know, ooh. Okay, well, watch this fight, too. Allosaurus anax is currently going after the Stegosaurus stenos. Look how much bigger it is comparatively speaking. That is wild. Oh. Ooh, Thagomizer to the face. Is your name Thag Simmons? Because that is the Thagomizer. You're not looking too good. You look like you got a meter-long spike stabbed into you. Ooh, that one missed. That one missed. Okay, root protection. Oh, look at that. Look, that's kind of horrifying. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking cool. Let me go down into first person. Oh no, my game crashed. No. Why? Well, that was a little bit unfortunate, but you know, I've been running my PC basically all day, and it's hot out today, so that doesn't really surprise me. Or maybe it is a glitch with the game, I'm not too sure. Either way, expect to see more videos in the future, because this update's just incredible. It certainly feels a lot more like a complete game now, and I cannot wait to, like, put these guys into an environment that makes sense for them, and just to see what happens, just to see if we can get a properly functioning ecosystem. That will be so wild to see if we can pull that off. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have an awesome day.